students, I welcome you to yet another session of English class, and in today's class we'll be discussing the continued part of the chapter nouns. If you remember, in the last two classes we had been discussing certain points, important points regarding the nouns, the usage, and with today's class we'll wind up the chapter, and I would like you to focus on the countable and uncountable nouns once again today. You see, if you remember, nouns can be divided into countable ones as well as uncountable ones. But sometimes one noun can be used in a countable as well as an uncountable way. For example, look at this one, iron. When you take iron in a general sense, it is a metal and it is used in the uncountable way. We get iron ore from the earth, or this window frame is made of iron. So in this particular sense, iron is used as an uncountable noun. But look at this, an iron. What do I mean by this word, an iron? Here it means the press or the equipment that we use to press clothes. You can either call it as an iron or a press. So here you must take note of the use of the article, the indefinite article an iron. So it means one press or one equipment that is used to press clothes. Therefore here it is used in a countable sense. So coming back to the point with which I started, one particular noun, you must remember, can be used in a countable manner or in an uncountable manner. It depends on the usage and also the article that we use. You see, in all countable nouns, you have either an or a here. Now looking at the second example, hair. Well, this is a very confusing noun, but if you understand the concept, it is very easy. Hair in general is uncountable. For example, if I say he has black hair. So what I mean here is he has hair which is of black color. So here the word hair, the noun hair, is used in an uncountable manner. But when I say a hair, what do I mean by a hair? I take a strand of hair. So you remove a strand of hair from the hair, and when it is done, you call it a hair. He has a grey hair on his head. You don't say white hair, but grey hair. So if you say he has a grey hair, it means he has a single strand. So a single piece you can mean as well. So you say a hair. So hair can be used in a countable manner as well as uncountable manner. Coming to the third one, space. Space in general refers to atmosphere. There are thousands and thousands of galaxies in space. So when I use that word space without an article, it refers to atmosphere where you have the planets, the stars, constellations, whatever it may be. In this sense, it is used in an uncountable manner. But when the same space takes an article, a space, it means an empty area. You see, there is a lot of space there. There is a space there. You can use that. There isn't any space here. Here you mean an empty area. It's not the space which includes the constellations and planets and all that. It's an empty area. So there is a space, you can occupy that. So the word space, when it takes an article, becomes a countable noun. So you see, you have to take or you have to focus on the article that is used. If an article is used with a noun, you can be very, very sure that it is being used in a countable sense. Coming to the last one, lace. Lace generally refers to cloth, a piece of cloth. A piece of cloth made of iron, cotton, or sometimes it might be made of some other material. So women use lace. They use pieces of cloth which can be called by the name lace. It is a woven material. You can weave it and use it as a piece of cloth. So lace in general is uncountable. But When you say a lace, it doesn't mean cloth. It means a thin strip used to tie your shoes. You have shoelace. You have shoelaces. So when you say, I have a shoelace which is brown in color, it means I have a thin strip which I use to tie my shoe. So you see all these words, iron, hair, space, lace, they can be used either in a countable sense or in an uncountable sense. Now, look at this particular part. This is a point that you should not miss when you discuss nouns. Chair's legs, the legs of the chair. We never use an expression like this in English. This expression is wrong. Then what is the right expression? This expression is correct. So you don't say chair's legs, but you say the legs of a chair. Why? There is a reason behind it. Chair is a non-living thing. It has no life. It is an inanimate object. So you cannot say chair's legs. On the other hand, you must say the legs of a chair. You must change it into a phrase. In the same way, the house's roof. House is a non-living thing. So you cannot use it with a possessive form. You can say the roof of the house. Or you can say the arms of a chair. That is correct. The chair's arms. That is wrong. So the chair's arms. This expression is definitely wrong. Instead of this, you can use the arms of a chair. Why? Because chair doesn't have life. It is an inanimate object. So we use a phrase. So remember to write phrases when it comes to the inanimate objects. They don't take a possessive case. Rather, you change the phrase and write it in the correct manner. Now coming back to the nouns once again, look at this expression, a 1 rupee note, a 1 rupees note, which is correct? Obviously the first one. Why is it correct? Because 1 is a number. The rule behind is this, 1 is a number. It is a number adjective. And after the number adjective, you use a noun. Rupee is a noun. So when you use a noun after a number adjective, the noun will remain singular. So I cannot say a 1 rupees note, but I must say a 1 rupee note. The reason is, rupee is a noun and before the noun there is a definite numeral adjective or a number adjective. So when you use a number adjective and a noun after that, the noun remains singular and not plural. The same goes for the next expression as well. A 12-hour journey. This is correct. But a 12 hours journey is wrong. Why? 12 is again a definite numeral adjective. It is a number adjective. Therefore, after the number adjective, the noun hour is used and hour will not take a plural form. So, a 12-hour journey is the right expression. A 12 hours journey is definitely wrong. The rule is, when you use a number adjective along with the noun remains singular. I bought a dozen eggs. Be careful when you use the expression dozen. Dozen sometimes takes a plural form, but generally a singular form. Look at the sentence. I bought a dozen eggs. Dozen means 12, but here it cannot be used in the plural manner. For example, if you say, I bought dozens eggs, that will definitely be awkward and that is not acceptable. Rather, I should say, I bought a dozen eggs. The next sentence, I bought 2 dozen eggs. This is also correct. You cannot say, I bought 2 dozens eggs. If you say 2 is plural and therefore I must use s with dozen, no, that rule is not acceptable. You must say, I bought 2 dozen eggs and not I bought 2 dozens eggs. Dozen, when used with a definite numeral adjective, when it is used with a number, will definitely be in a singular form. 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 5 dozen, 10 dozen, any number of dozen. Okay, it will always be used in the singular manner. But again, there is an exception for this rule. What is the exception? When I say there are dozens and dozens of eggs lying on the table, dozens and dozens, that can be accepted. But when you use it with a number, be careful. The word dozen is not used in the plural sense, but it is always used in a singular sense. So, to remind you once again, I bought 2 dozen eggs is correct English. There are dozens and dozens of eggs on the table. That is also correct. But when you say I bought 2 dozens of eggs, that English is not acceptable. Okay. Now, having seen all this, let us come to the last part. Here, you find the singular noun and the English plural of the noun. I will explain what this English plural is. If you look at this syllabus, we all have a syllabus for our subjects. What is the English plural of syllabus? The English plural of syllabus is syllabuses. But then again, there is a Latin plural. And what is that Latin plural? The Latin plural of syllabus will be syllabi. Syllabi. I have not written here, but you must keep this in mind. So sometimes nouns will have 2 plurals, the English plural and the Latin plural. So the Latin plural for syllabus is syllabi. The English plural for syllabus is syllabuses. Medium. Any noun which ends with um is a Latin noun. Always remember, medium, stadium, podium. All these nouns which end in are Latin ones. So, medium has an English plural, that is mediums. Just add an S with that. But if it is a Latin plural, then M is off and U is off as well. In the place of it is A. So, the Latin plural of medium is media. The Latin plural of syllabus is syllabi. The Latin plural of stadium is stadia. But the English plural of stadium is stadiums. All English plurals will have S. But Latin plurals, they will have A at the end. Remember this. Radius, radiuses. This is English plural. But if you take the Latin plural, it will be radi. And how do I write radi? R-A-D-I-I. This is one of the rare words where 2 I's follow. Generally in English, we don't use 2 I's together. But this is a Greek word. Therefore, R-A-D-I-I. So, the plural of radius is radi. The plural of antenna. The English plural is antennas and the Latin plural is antennae. A-N-T-E-N-N-A-E-A. That would be the Latin plural of the word antenna. So there are hundreds of words like this. You must look for the textbooks. You must go through the grammar books. You will have lots and lots of examples for this. So, I suppose I am clear so far. We need to keep this uncountable and countable use of the nouns. We must also use the correct expression when it comes to the non-living things. And again, certain words, they take only a singular form of noun whenever it is followed or whenever it precedes a definite numeral adjective. A number adjective following a noun will always be in the singular form. Remember that. And the singular and plural of certain nouns will also have to be studied by you.